Step 1, have a body. Step 2, know how to use it. All right, I am finally off to go on my work staycation. I booked an Airbnb for a couple of days, just one night and 2 days to work down in Lincoln, Nebraska. I'm so excited. I have been needing just something that will kind of get me out of my normal rhythm, allow me to relax and feel like I'm kind of disconnecting from the normal grind of like the day-to-day. And so, someone's watching me. Dang it, why did I do this in such a public place? I have Wallace with me here in the front seat. No road trip is complete without going and getting a beverage, so I'm gonna go get a coffee and then be on my way. Hi, can I just get a large cold brew with cream?
Anything else today?
That'll do it, thank you. Thank you so much. You too. Cheers. Man, that's really good. Dunkin' coffees are just elite.
It's just so odd, you know? It's just always weird. You just kind of walk by. They didn't do very many takes.
Okay, so I made it to Lincoln. As I'm driving in, I feel like I'm in a completely different state. Lincoln it feels cool. I can't really explain it. While I was driving here, I was listening to the Office Ladies podcast. They asked people to write a song about whispers in the break room. And I've often heard people write songs and submit them. Someone's coming. I am not meant for this life. I'm just not. I'm not meant for this life. This guy looks like he's coming literally straight to my car. Yeah, okay. So Jenna and Angela asked people to write a song called Whispers in the Break Room, and they've done it in the past, and people have written songs and submitted them, and they've like played them on their podcast. And I always think they're so fun. And I'm like, I could totally do that because I love writing jingles. But to write and record this, I need corded headphones, and I only have my AirPods, which are Bluetooth. So I stopped at Target, and I'm gonna go buy a pair of corded headphones so that I can record. I have my mic, but I don't have headphones. It's just a storage closet. Okay. That was less exciting than I thought it was gonna be. This place is absolutely beautiful, and I'm feeling really guilty that I didn't bring Jonas with me. Oh my gosh. It used to be like a business building, so it's right off of a main road, and there's coverings for all the windows except the doors. So this is really funny. So I'm gonna make myself some lunch now because I am really hungry. And I'm also gonna probably check in with Jonas because I'm feeling guilty. I shouldn't feel guilty. It's okay. It's okay. I feel bad. I'm trying to find a cutting board, and I have a feeling that the ones behind me are really fancy and for decoration only. Just gonna use a plate. So, oh my gosh. I saw someone driving by with my exact car, and I thought for a second someone stole my car. So I forgot my bachelor pants, the ones that usually go with this two-piece situation. So I have these sweats, but they're like, they're more on the bootylicious side, and I'm really self-conscious about them. That'll be interesting. I'm now waiting for my curling iron to heat up because I'm doing my hair apparently. And that's because I feel really anxious. I don't know why. I get so anxious when I have days like this that are planned. I just get this overwhelming feeling of not wanting to waste an experience like this and not wanting to waste a day that I have planned out to film and to write and to create. Even like when I have a day off and it's my time to just relax, I get anxious that I'm gonna not relax the right way. And I will just completely spiral to the point where I ruin the time that I do have. And that's how I'm feeling right now, and it's so stupid. And usually I'm done working at 4 o'clock for the day, and it's 2 o'clock right now, which makes sense because this is around the time when I start getting really anxious during the day. I call them my 2 p.m. scaries. And I start to feel like, oh my gosh, I didn't get enough done today, and I'm gonna have to leave at 4 o'clock, and I'm not gonna get to touch another piece of content until the next morning. It's 2 p.m. now, so it makes sense that I would start feeling the 2 p.m. scaries right now, but I have to accept the fact that I'm not going home at 4 p.m. I have this whole beautiful place to myself, and I need to enjoy it. I need to allow myself to enjoy it. So I'm just trying to be patient with myself today, and honestly, if I get nothing done other than resting and getting a lot of introverted time in and allowing you guys to see this experience with me, like that's good enough for me, and I have to be okay with that. And this isn't the only time I can do this. I can come back. This isn't going away. Lincoln, Nebraska is still gonna be here next week if I really wanted to do this again. And I don't need to be so nervous right now. It's just me and you. It's okay. Do you see why I have a really hard time on the weekends? Think I was gonna come to Lincoln without my favorite water bottles? Also, a really quick side note. I know you can see the back of my head in this shot, and that's a really bizarre perspective for me to have on my hair, but we're just gonna keep going with it. So, I know I said Dunkin' Coffee is elite, but the Mill. If you are in Lincoln, you have to go and get their cold brew. I was like, it tastes like chocolate. And she's like, yeah, our cold brew has like hints of chocolate in it. And I'm like, okay, I guess I'm driving to Lincoln every day for my coffee. And also it's a really fun, comfy vibe. I tried to film in it to show you, but I got really nervous. Pulling my phone or camera out in public makes me want to actually have a panic attack. I never want someone to catch me filming. I don't know why. It's like a huge fear I have, and it's literally my whole job, and it's one of the things I'm most self-conscious about. Even Jonas. Jonas cannot watch. If I'm filming content, I'm like, please go downstairs. I can't. It's like a little kid that wants to sing for you, but is too nervous for you to look at them, so they just tell you to close your eyes. It's that, basically. Okay, I'm gonna actually do my hair now, so love you. Oh, one more thing, I swear. So if you're someone that constantly has a computer or like a phone that is always running out of memory. For me, my laptop is like always running out of disk space. So anytime I go to Photoshop something or edit something in Final Cut Pro, it'll be like, not enough disk space to load this project. And it is so aggravating because the last thing you want to do when you want to sit down and edit is all of a sudden delete a bunch of content you don't have time to look through. So if you can, invest in a 4 terabyte external hard drive. I went on Amazon and finally just got one. They're pricey, but if you can save for one and you're somebody that edits a lot or does a lot with like large files, I would highly recommend investing in a 4 terabyte or larger, if they exist, external hard drive. So that's just my piece of advice for you. Okay. It's time to film some Bachelor recap. Should have gotten a beret. Well, I have seen Midnight in Paris about 3 times, so I do feel pretty qualified to lead this tour. Okay, let's go. Why is no one talking about this echo? Woo! Happy birthday to you. I'm about a quarter of the way done filming my Bachelor recap, but I got these bad boys on the way here. And I think I'm gonna crack one open while I film this. I wanna taste this and see how it goes. I'm just gonna do the one that I got out first, which is cranberry. Is that my nose? That hurt my own feelings. I quit. Okay, Let's see how this tastes. It's pretty good. Okay, let's keep filming. I'm editing this back and you would literally think that I am wearing a cheetah print jumpsuit with how confused I am that those aren't my normal black pants. Okay, clearly none of you have ever flirted before, so I'm gonna show you how it's done. Step 1, have a body. Step 2, know how to use it. Are you taking notes? You should be. Okay, so the scene here is that Rachel takes her guys on a date where they learn the art of romance from 2 people from France. And I'm trying to figure out a way to teach them how to flirt and be romantic, but I don't know how to do that, so I'm Googling it. What you just saw right now is the only thing I could come up with. How to flirt. I just had an idea. So it says body language, but what if I thought, what if I just started and someone's like, what are you doing? And I'm like, body language, ever heard of it? What else can I do? Eye contact. See that? It's like cleavage, but better. That's ridiculous. That's all I got. Recording for the Bachelor recap is done. I now have to screen record my phone and start editing it because why not? I have the time. I might have another White Claw. That was really good, actually. If you are curious about trying it, the Surge is, I think, the brand. Yeah, it was really good. I definitely feel a little buzz. I'm not gonna have another one until after I have a meal so that I can effectively edit. Wasn't Hemingway the one that said, write drunk, edit sober? Okay. Do I want to order food from Uber Eats? Yes. Am I going to? No. I'm a responsible adult that cooks her own meals. Just kidding. I'm actually cheap. So I will be making the meal that I plan to make, which is just rotisserie chicken and zucchini. And lime juice, technically. Should I put a cooking show on? Why not? Welcome to Elyses Cooking Corner. I need to workshop that name. Hi friend, welcome to Elyses Cooking Corner. We have zucchini here and we are going to make it. Yeah, if I want my own cooking show, I'm gonna have to get better at that. Let's wash this. I just realized that I can watch Real Housewives of New Jersey while I'm here. The more chaotic the show in front of me, the calmer I feel. Which sounds like a trauma response, actually, when I say it out loud. It probably is. Okay, zucchini looks about done. It's nice and brown, nice and floppy. I'm just gonna put this lid on for another couple minutes. Soften it up just a little bit more and let it do its thing. Let's get the chicken ready. Cuisine. I just realized that I forgot the most important thing of this entire trip. Will she make it? You know what? It's all good. Okay, so do you remember earlier how I was saying the office ladies ended up asking people to write a song called Whispers in the Break Room, I think? So as I was driving on my way from Omaha to Lincoln, I ended up basically writing the entire song, but like it's a short little jingle. And so I recorded it in my voice memos and I'm gonna finish it. I'm always afraid to listen back to my voice memos, but let's see. Actually fake, and then Michael has a difficult, and then Michael has a hard time, and then Michael really struggles. Nope. And then if you want to know what's going on and want the info to come to you, just go and stand by the vending machine. You get the idea. First I have to figure out what key it's in. Oh, we have to get a tempo as well. I overheard that Kelly's Birkin bag is actually fake. It's a little fast. Let's try and, that's 120. Let's bring it down to 115. These are the whispers in the break room. Yeah, that's too low. These are the whispers in the break room. I like that. Michael can't remember. Ooh, whisper. Stick around long enough. I can't look at it. If I look at it, for some reason, I can't get it. Stanley Diddles didn't hear it from me. Oh, so close. One more time. I hate it. Okay, I don't have time to finish this tonight. It's midnight, and I've been working on this for a few hours now. Welcome to the world premiere of the work in progress called Whispers in the Break Room. Meredith turned her desk into a mini bar. So there's a lot changing about this, but it sounds pretty cool. I might change my mind when I wake up. We now officially have chocolate chips. I don't know if I had Ghirardelli. All right, time to see if I even like what I made last night. Because sometimes you work on something for so long, you won't realize it sucks until the next day when you listen to it with fresh ears and you're like, oh, that's not very good. But alternatively, the opposite can happen as well. And you can think something sucks because you've heard it too many times. Listen to it with fresh ears and think, oh, this is the best thing I've ever done. Got my coffee, got my chocolate chips. Let's listen with fresh ears. I overheard that Kelly's Birkin bag is actually fake. I really like that. I need to re-record the line, the melody, and I think I need to add a different harmony at the end, and I need to change the timing. But it's really good. Why am I not liking the way this sounds? I should have brought my good headphones.
Anyone want to write a song called Whispers in the Break Room?
I overheard that Kelly's Birkin bag is actually fake, and that Michael can't remember his own middle name, and that Andy is always 2 hours late. These are the whispers in the break room. I heard that Meredith turned her desk into a mini bar, and that Stanley schedules meetings and just sits in his car, and that Ryan didn't graduate with a master's degree. At least that's what I heard, but you didn't hear it from me. These are the whispers in the break room. If you want to know what's going on and you want it to come to you, the whispers in the break room. Just stick around long enough and learn a thing or two. I finished it and I just uploaded it. Oh my gosh, let's see. I overheard that Kelly's broken back and Michael can't remember. Well, it's been a good stay. It is about 1:40 and I wanted to get out of here at 3, so I'm gonna start cleaning the place up. Also, I'm gonna chug some water because when I record and I'm doing something creative, I will get so zoned in on it that I will not eat or drink water, and I will not understand why I have a raging migraine 7.5 hours later. I'm gonna try and replenish what I have depleted physically in my body, grab a meal, and clean this place up. Okay, let's go. Something really nice that the host did was, as I was working this morning, they sent me fresh cookies from a place called The Warm Cookie. Oh my gosh. They're heavy and they smell really good. I'm gonna take them home to Jonas in August. I need some real food before I munch on some cookies. That was really nice of them. I've had such a good time here. I didn't know what to expect because I've never done something like this. It just felt like I had the time and space to be creative in a way that I haven't been able to be creative in a long time. I love going home at 4 and I love being with my family, and I think that also stopping creativity at 4 p.m. and trying to pick it back up again in the morning is always hard. You know, no matter what time you stop or whatever reason you have to stop something middle of the way through, for me especially, it's really hard to get back into the groove of it. I think that having this place, it's almost felt like sacred creativity. I don't know how else to explain it. Like the air is protected here. Like I'm only 40 minutes away from home, and geographically that puts me basically no further away from the people that are sending me messages during the day on my team. But having the space to just create with no expectation and do something that fills my soul, it has been so refreshing. And I think that I want to do this once a month, or maybe once every other month. And I think that being able to do this once a month will allow me to not stress about the day-to-day, because I know I can look forward to something like this, where I don't feel like I have to constantly be wrapping up project after project and getting to a good stopping point with my creativity. I will feel like it's okay if I don't finish this really big project. I have my retreat day. I think that'll help me not feel so panicked when I feel really behind. And working full-time as a creative person, that's emotionally taxing. You know, you never stop thinking about it. Things feel so close to your heart. They feel personal. When things don't go well, it feels like you're not doing well, not the piece of content you created or the piece of art that you've made. So just having this little reset and refresh and remembering why I do what I do and doing things just for me that end up being great, that I want to share, like the Office song, because that's what I do when I have the freedom and the space to be creative, is I actually am creative, not because I have to be, but because I want to be. And good things come from breathing room. I want to make more of that in my life. You want to see a peak moment of my life happen before your eyeballs?
Elise, are you kidding me right now? I love Whispers in the Break Room. I keep listening to it. I love it, I love it, I love it!
Oh my my gosh.
You are so crazy talented. Like, my brain can't process it. You're so good.
This is not real. What is happening?
Can we play that on the podcast? Jen and I want to play it.
Elise lived a very good 28 years on this planet, but this was the day that she passed away. And unfortunately, it was in an Airbnb. Oh my gosh. Okay, I need to get that to her right now. Bye, house. I'm just kidding. I always think it's funny when bloggers do that because obviously they have to come back for their camera. Okay, bye.